Hi everyone. On my channel today I'll be sharing something different, something new. So recently I was selected to participate in the short-term TVET program sponsored by the IDS project. This means that Bloom Green Energy Solution Limited in partnership with Genesis Ecosystem Limited will be equipping participants of this project with relevant skills and competencies in solar PV installation and maintenance. The PV, that's photovoltaic. So when we come in, we use the fingerprint clocking. Some of the participants are already seated, waiting for the class to start. And obviously, we started with prayers, handing everything to God's hand to help us in what we are going to be learning and being taught. It's good to start with prayer. Of course, after the prayer, we went straight to the business of the day, starting with a pep talk from our facilitator, our tutor, who is going to be giving us 3 lessons today. Let me not bore you too much about 15-minute talks. After the pep talk, we just go straight and make sure you have your pen and your paper to learn some new things today on solar.
You don't know when you will need it. That's the truth. Solar PV systems provides clean, renewable, and environmentally friendly energy for homes, businesses, industries, and remote communities. Industries and remote communities. You use it to calculate the size of the panel. Like if I count this one now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a 60 cell panel. You understand? This is a 60 cell panel. The one behind may be bigger. Please count it. That's 72 cell panel. So that panel could be rated 300 watts or 320 watts as the case may be. While this one may be around 250, it's not up to 300, around 250, 260, just like that. That's the way, because sometimes you meet these cells, some are slimmer, because they are measured square meter. They are measured in their square meter. So the bigger the square meter, the higher current it will travel. The panels cannot do without the cells. Each of the cells, when one is broken, depending on the extent of the damage, the entire system may shut down. Yes, they are interconnected. Photons from sunlight hit the semiconductor material. This panel is made of semiconductor. This panel is made up of semiconductor. I know that someone will ask me what is a semiconductor. But semiconductors are materials that behave like a conductor in some conditions and also an insulator in some other conditions. We will come to that.
maximum power voltage and open circuit voltage. The open circuit voltage, that's VOC. For this panel, we have 38.2. That's open circuit voltage, 38.2 volts. Then Vmax, which is maximum voltage power voltage, which is 30 volts. Let me explain this. When you are driving a vehicle, when you are driving your vehicle on plain ground, you can accelerate very, very well, is it not? But when you are climbing a hill, at the rate at which you are accelerating a hill, and when you are driving on the plain surface, are they the same? That is exactly what is happening. At VOC, this panel is just exposed to sunlight, but it's not charging the battery. You know, the function of the panel is to charge the batteries. Did you get that? The function of the panel is to charge the batteries. So at VOC, the voltage will be very high. For this panel, the manufacturer has given us VOC as 38.2 volts. Then when it's charging the battery, that's as at this time now, it's accelerating the hill, it's carrying load. The voltage will be 30 volts. Now you are addressing with VOC, not Vmax. Do you understand that? Are we together? We want to get 1000 volts. So how many panels, considering this, how many panels do we need to get 1000 volts? 26 to 27 panels. So let's say 27 panels. With 27 panels, if you multiply 27 by 38.2, what will you get? 1000. So already we've crossed 1000 volts. Do you know, at this point, there's a tool that we use to identify the presence of voltage in AC alternating currents. You know what they call tester? That tester is meant to identify the presence of voltage and current, you understand, on a line. And it's meant to be AC, not DC. Do you know that? That tester is AC too. But at this point, when you take that tester and test this voltage, you will feel the presence of current and voltage. This voltage may not drop below 700 during the day, even when the weather is cloudy. It may not drop below 700 until nightfall. You connect 24 volts to this, it will burn on instant. You understand it? For 24 volts or for 12 volts, let's deal with 12 volts that we are seeing available here. For 12 volts, the manufacturer have told you connect 12 volts to it. Even if you have 4 batteries, you have 4 batteries. I'm trying to explain series and parallel here now. You have 4 batteries. You must maintain, each of these batteries is 12 volts. Each of the battery standard is 12 volts. So you want to connect 4 batteries for a 12 volts system. First of all, you must understand that the principles, series and parallel, that when you connect a parallel, that you maintain the same current. When you connect series, you are increasing voltage. because batteries are rated both in voltage and in current. So for me to maintain the current for this battery now, this is a double battery. For this battery, it's rated 200 amps, 12 volts. That's the way they are rated, 12 volts, 200 amps. So for me to connect 4 batteries to a 12 volts system, that means I have to make sure that I maintain the amps, 200 amps. So what will I do? I will carry out parallel connection all through. Is that clear? I will carry out parallel connection. How do I carry it out? I will maintain that all my positives are on one line, all my negatives are on one line. That is parallel connection. But if you by mistake, you now link up positive and negative together. Once you've done that, you've increased the output here. Will no longer give you 12 volts, you will get 24 volts. And if you connect it, you see the inverter smoking immediately. It doesn't take time.
Yes, the class came to an end. Of course, it's going to come to an end. Everything that has a beginning must have an ending. I learned a lot, and I believe you did too. Hope you wrote down some things, some new things. Experiences were shared. Experience from participants, from our teacher. We'll be going to field to learn hands-on practical things in the future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Drop in the comment section what you learned, and be free to suggest what kind of videos you would like me to share. See you next time. Bye.